Yes. Good morning to all. Again, we are continuing our basic concepts and definitions. The remaining topic: path function, point function, ideal gas, real gas, and zeroth law of thermodynamics. First one: what is path function? Actually, any property we are determining, it is depend on path. Then it's called path function. Example I will tell, especially from this Nandyala town to our capital Amaravati. I want to move. Different paths are there. Means by train means we will go directly Markapuram and Guntur, Vijayawada, like that. Or by roadway, it may be Giddaluru, Markapuram. It may be Giddaluru and Pudili and Gunturu National Highway. Or it may be Atmakuru, Dornala, again Gunturu. Or it may be Kadapa, Prakasham, maybe Gunturu. Like the different paths are there. Now I want to define the property. Suppose about Nandyala, I want to define how Navanandis is the property. This is not, it is not depend on path. The Navanandi is not changing. Or Nandyala from sea level this much of height. That property also not changing. But the distance between Nandyala and Vijayawada, based on the path it is changed. Different paths, different distance we are getting. So distance is the path function. Example I am telling. Like the thermodynamics also, heat and work. At the initially work done by the system is 0. At the initially heat transfer is 0. Once heat or work crossing the boundary, once initiated, addition of the work, addition of the heat will transfer based on the process. Based on the process. Isothermal process, one type of heat transfer is there. Adiabatic process, one type of the work transfer is there. So based on the path, heat and work interactions is changing. It is not fixed, but any properties, the temperature, pressure, the initial state and final state, it is not changing. So all properties are point functions. All properties are point function. Work and heat are path functions. Once it is a path function, I can't define by exact derivation D. Exact derivation when we are defining delta T. If initially some value is there, finally is there, the difference for calculation. Here, addition of the work while moving the process, the work done by the system or heat supplied to the system is changing. So we can't use exact differentials. Inexact differential means dou. Instead of D, we want to write dou Q, dou W, small amount of heat sound. Not dq dw. Dq dw we are writing means we don't have any knowledge about the thermodynamics, that's all. Because work and heat are path dependent, means isothermal process, work interaction is different, heat interaction is different. But any process, the pressure, temperatures, volumes not different, it is same. And we can't write delta W also. Why? Because initially 0. We are adding work done. Always work done from 1 to 2 process. And suffix always do, not D. Work done from 1 to 2 process. Integral of dou W, not dW. Some of the textbooks are following work and heat also exact differential means D. If any textbook is following D in front of heat or work means they are poor knowledge on thermodynamics. Why? Because work and heat are path functions. Path functions we can't write exact differential. It is always inexact differential, always addition or subtraction. Initially 0. If heat or work are both are transient, Once it is crossed the boundary, then only we can calculate, we can estimate. Initially is 0. So heat and work are path functions. Everywhere heat and work we are representing dou Q, dou W, not dQ, dW. Next, point function I already mentioned. About Nandyala or about Vijayawada, the Vijayawada Durga temple is there. That is fixed. You are coming any route, Durga temple, some height, hill, upon the hill temple is there. From the sea level, Vijayawada, some height is there. Vijayawada have some relative humidity is there. These all are fixed properties. It is independent of path. Whatever the path you are coming, the properties not change. So all properties are point functions. Pressure, volume, temperature, all are independent of path. State is changing, these properties are changing. In which path state is changing, it is not depend on property. Properties not depend on the path. Whatever the path you are changing, state 1 to state 2 I moved. State 1 have some properties, state 2 have some properties. It is independent of path. These are the exact differentials, not inexact. So we can write D, and we are integrating delta V, the change in volume, change in temperature, change in pressure. All properties are point functions only. Heat and work only the path function. As you can see the example under PV diagram. It will give area under PV diagram, will give the work output. If I am moving in process A or process B, the change in volume is not changing. Initially is 2 meter cube, finally is 5 meter cube. If I move process A or process B, the change in volume 5 minus 2, 3 meter cube only. But work done, process B have more work, more area under PV diagram. Work done on B, process B have more compared to process A because the area is less. P into change in volume is work done for non-flow process. I will explain at the time of derivations of work. So it is clear. So work and heat are path functions. Remaining all properties are point functions. Next, energies. Capacity to do work energy. It may be stored energy, energy in transient is there. I think now after 1852 by Lord Kelvin, the internal energy is a symbol they given, that is a U, William Rankine, and the internal energy again, the molecular level energy, kinetic energy, potential energy of the molecular level is there. External energy is there. Again, external energy also potential energy, kinetic energy, and chemical energy, nuclear energy. So many energies are there. We are dealing all types of the energies. Next, move to the ideal gas and real gas. What is ideal gas? The gas which obeys the gas laws. That's how simple. What are the gas laws? One is first Boyle's law. Pressure is inversely proportional to volume. Charles law. Pressure is directly proportional to temperature. Volume is directly proportional to temperature. If we obeys the gas laws, then it is called ideal gas. Or characteristic gas equation PV P1 V1 by T1 equal to P2 V2 by T2 or PV equal to nRT. If any gas it is obeys, then it is called ideal gas. Generally, a universal gas constant R bar, how we are calculating, just I shown the calculation. PV equal to nRT. The pressure, ambient pressure we know, at a normal pressure and temperature 1.01325 bar. 1 bar equal to 10 power 5 Newton per meter square into 10 power 5, and according to Avogadro's law 1 kg mole gas occupies 22.4 meter cube of volume. Then volume equal to 22.4 divided by 1 kg mole, I already mentioned 1 into normal temperature 0 degrees means 273 Kelvin. Entire thermodynamics we are measuring in Kelvin scale only. Then you will get the value 8.314 kilojoules per kg mole. This is the universal gas constant. Characteristic gas constant means particular gas R value I want to determine divided by the molecular weight. Simple logic. Air divided by 28.28 something. So this is the method how to calculate. Then what is real gas? Real gas is not obeying the ideal gas laws. That's all. When real gas will act as ideal gas, that conditions we have to know. When real gas is acting as a ideal gas. First one, large molecules in small volume. It is available. Then real gas will act as a ideal gas. Second condition, if large molecules available in small volume, molecular collisions will take place to the walls, molecular collisions. That collisions must be elastic. Then real gas will act as a ideal gas. Third one, the large molecules occupy small volume means molecular intermolecular attraction is there. But there is no intermolecular attraction, then real gas will act as ideal gas. In these three conditions, large molecules occupy small volume, the collisions with the walls must be elastic, there is no intermolecular attraction, then only real gas will act as a ideal gas. But practical condition, real gas can't. If large molecules occupy small volume means molecular collisions are there, that is not elastic, and molecular intermolecular attraction also is there. So van der Waals equation is there, a right relation between pressure, volume, temperature for the real gas. So many real gas equations is there. One of the best equation we are following, the deviation of the pressure and deviation of the volume. He mentioned volume is actual volume to the molecular occupied. Why? Because due to molecular attraction, the vessel compared to vessel volume, molecular actual occupied volume is reducing. Why? Because due to the molecular attraction, all molecules place one place. Means some corners, some volume is less. So that's a volume deviation is there. And due to the we are large molecules place small place means pressure is rising. The deviation of pressure is occurring. We consider deviation of the pressure. That's why generally real gas equation means generally we are using van der Waals equation. The main difference between the ideal gas and real gas, no definite volume, definite volume. I already mentioned ideal means elastic collisions. Real there is no elastic collisions. And no ideal means no intermolecular attraction. But real means intermolecular attraction is there. It is obeys ideal gas obeys the ideal gas law. Real gas is not obeys the uh, gas laws like Boyle's and Charles law. The driving equation is PV equal to MRT. The driving equation for real gas. One of the driving equation. Why? Because these are the three conditions we consider. P plus A by B square into B minus B into RT. This is the main difference between the ideal gas and real gas. Next move to the zeroth law of thermodynamics. What is zeroth law of thermodynamics? The statement of law it is looking as silly, simple like that, but the measurement of temperature driving force is zeroth law of thermodynamics. Why we given zero? Basic definition is zeroth law. Because first law of thermodynamics, second law of thermodynamics defined at 1850s, 49 to 55, I think. Then after they realized measurement of temperature is the first driving force for calculation of the energy interaction, especially for heat. So we can't change the numbers, already 80 years completed. That's why they given it is important compared to first law and second law. Before that we want to study. That's why they given zeroth law. It is proposed R.H. Fowler at in 1931. What is zeroth law of thermodynamics? Two bodies are thermally equilibrium with third body. These two bodies also thermally equilibrium. That's all. These two bodies are thermally equilibrium with the third body, then these two bodies also thermally equilibrium. Instead of that, you replace this third body, you place thermometer, temperature measurement. If two bodies are thermally equilibrium with this temperature measurement, automatically these two bodies also thermally equilibrium. If B and C are thermally equilibrium with A, automatically B and C also thermally equilibrium. So measurement of temperature driving force is zeroth law of thermodynamics. Then thermometry, one word we introduce. Thermometry means the instrument, the device which is using for measurement of temperature with a scientific precision. Thermometry means it is a device, and thermometric property means the function of temperature, whatever the property is changing with the function of temperature. Suppose generally glass thermometer we are thinking mercury changing. What is the function means length of mercury changing. So thermometric property for general thermometer is length. So thermometry means instrument. Thermometric property means on which property change you are measuring, scaling the temperature is called thermometric property. Generally temperature scale how they define means ice point and boiling point. 100 degrees and 0 degrees based on they developed the correlation equations. I am not moving in depth on the topic. Generally, we want to know thermometric properties in competition exams. You may expect they will use the instrument and they will use the property. We want to match that properties. Suppose Hg glass thermometer. What is the thermometric property? Length. Only length is changing. Constant volume gas thermometer is the pressure is changing. Constant pressure thermometer, constant volume is changing. Electrical resistance thermometer, resistance is changing. Thermocouple EMF is changing. Two dissimilar metals are exposed to the two temperature automatically in the junctions. EMF is generated. Next, radiation pyrometer, it's a wavelength. So thermometer properties are changing. They are measuring for temperature only. Ultimately, they will measure temperature. But what is the property changing means these are the property. Generally, we are using Kelvin scale. Kelvin scale main advantage, constant volume. Based on the constant volume thermometer, whatever the temperatures we are measuring, the temperature is only the Kelvin scale temperature. Main beauty of that one, if I am changing thermometric substance, I am changing thermometric substance, the property is not changing. Even though whatever the substance I am changing, the properties is not changing. It is giving constant variation. That's why constant laboratory purpose we are using constant volume thermometer, and by using constant volume thermometer, whatever the temperature scale we are getting, that is called Kelvin scale. But in general practical, it is practically not possible to measure that constant volume based thermometer because it is a laboratory instrument. That's why they given the correlation. In thermodynamics, we are following only Kelvin scale. Why? Because if I am changing the substance, the property is not changed. That is the main beauty of the constant volume thermometer and Kelvin scale. Remaining all, we are changing substance means automatically the scale is changing. Instead of mercury, I placed water means the length of change is entirely different. Okay. What is the Kelvin scale means? Centigrade scale plus 270 degrees we are adding. You can achieve Kelvin scale. Generally, we are measuring centigrade scale and we are adding 270. In entire thermodynamics, whatever the equations we develop, all equations valued only on Kelvin scale, not other scales. Okay. So zeroth law is the driving force for measurement of temperature. Two bodies are thermally equilibrium with third body. Automatically, these two are thermally equal. I measure the temperature of one machine at Nandyala. I measure temperature of one machine at Hyderabad by using same thermometer. If it is two bodies are sharing same temperature, then these two bodies, even though it is Hyderabad, it is Nandyala, I can say these two bodies also thermally equilibrium. So, Zeroth law of thermodynamics is the major driving force for the measurement of temperatures. I think with this the basic concepts are completed. Next class we start determination of the work done. Thank you.